Everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. And in the last episode, we went through almost an entire year trying to get Vance to love us, but I'm pretty sure he's in love with Nemi and there's like nothing I can do about it, but we're gonna try our best. If not, we have to fall back on our best friend, which is kind of awkward. But there's also a dog that we made out with, so who knows? But it's the glow season, so remember to like and subscribe and we'll just head into it because shit's happening. It's happening and we got no time. We're 16 or 17. How old are we? I don't even know how old we are. 17. Lordy. We need to work on where this toughness and perception. I feel as though we can get some of that right down in here. Correct? The farm? Toughness and biology. I really don't know where. Ever since they moved everything around, where am I? Who am I? What's happening? That's why I could think. What's that going? It's going. You two could step away from each other. Combat and animals. Perception and animals. Okay. We need toughness, though. Bravery in combat. About school. Oh, no, this is persuasion, organization, toughness, and engineering. Fine. We'll work with Rex. The mood is somber as Mars calls the secret fun-timed club meeting to order. Nemi won't be joining us today, or probably ever again. She told me that she's too busy with training and stuff, and she didn't want to do any more sneaking around. It's okay, she was kind of a square anyway, but we need someone to replace her. Some of the Helio kids are pretty cool. They like clubs and stuff, right? We should talk to them and see if they want to join the SFC. Oh, and it's just SFC now. The secret fun time club was okay when we were little, but we're practically adults now. What about the new Governor Lum? I know he's technically an adult, but he's fairly young. It'd be beneficial to have someone with some actual clout on our side. We already have someone important in the club, Tang, but thank you for your contribution. I mean, Lum's alright, kind of dumb, but like, you don't even have to be smart to be hot, you know? I can't believe etiquette just let him be in charge. I've listened to him in some of those council's meetings. They're total chaos. It's like he has no idea what he's doing. Let's invite Rex. Ace wouldn't come. We'll try though. Yeah. I told you, approach Vase, a club. You mean like a group of children? Sorry, I'm full up on doing more important things. If you wanted to help Colony learn to defend it like Nemi here. Besides, she told me all about the stupid little cub. She said you were a bunch of losers. Okay, Nemi, so I don't feel bad for stealing your man from you. So, if you're gonna call us a bunch of losers, that's crazy. Oh no, we just went. You're just putting your boots on to grab dinner in the lounge when you hear the colony sirens begin to wail. Severely attack. Ugh, they could have waited until we ate dinner. Rude. Outside the window, you watch a colony defense mobilized. Your hollow home chimes with the usual reminder for civilian colonists to stay indoors. Go on out. Head to the garrison to grab a pulse rifle when a report from the front. Chief Red looks surprised to see you, but assigns you to the squad with Nemi and tells you to get up to the walls to do your best. On the other side of the wall is more Xenos than you seen in one place ever. They seethe out of the forest, large and small, herbivores and predatory, fungal and otherwise, flying and crawling and hopping towards the colony with a single-minded. I have like a stuffed nose because I've been crying watching Grey's Anatomy. They are filled with the poof of laser turrets and the crackle of pulse rifles. The Emmy's front line collapses, only to be replaced by even more Xenos, just as many as before, if not more. Go into it. The fire break turns into a graveyard of dead and dying alien bodies, wave after wave of crawling over the corpses until they roil at the base of the walls like the foam of a wave when it shore. Hear the wall crack underneath, but they hold strong. There's no sun to set and glow, but night falls on the battlefield without any break of fighting. Your fingers begin to cramp from pulling the trigger in your pulse rifle. Finally, you're relieved by a second guard shift. You walk straight into the garrison, right into. You're woken 6 hours later for your next shift. The kitchens have provided the soldiers with fresh soy rations and hot blood tea, which you grab to make your way back to the walls to survey the carnage of the night. As you arrive, a Halpalm lights up with priority message. Security personnel, we are under siege. On Earth, siege. Security chief says, getting right to the point. On Earth, sieges were used to break a city by starvation or drought. We have plenty of food and water. Guards will rotate 6 hours on, 6 off. So long as we keep the Xenos on the other side of the wall, we can hold them off for days, weeks even. Weeks. Everyone exchanged exhausted looks. He pauses and adds, we can do this. We're stronger than them, and we're not going anywhere. You and the other soldiers fall into fitful rhythm, alternating shifts on the wall with brief snippets of sleep. Gunfire becomes a soundtrack of your days, which begins to smear together like paste. Nemi Nemi in particular is suffering. She volunteers for relief shifts, sometimes pulling doubles or triples on the wall. You catch her mechanically shoveling soy porridge into her mouth before seeming to fall asleep. Up. A minute later, she jolts awake as if someone has spoon clatters against the bowl. Tempers grow short as fatigue sets in. 6 days pass. You're on shift, watching the Xenos batter themselves against the wall. You feel your eyes unfocused as the sheer formless horde of them. In all these days, they still haven't breached the colony. Sometimes they seem to creep, ebbing backwards and reforming somewhere else. It's behavior you've never seen before. A group of monsters break from the tree line, nothing new except for one of them. One of the Xenos looks different from the others, almost humanoid. What is that thing? He has a gun! The creature looks suspiciously like a person, at least from the waist up. Down below, it's lumbering chimera, vaguely reminiscent of the faceless, wrapped in tattered bits of flesh and bony protrusions. Something like hair flutters behind as he turns right at you, the unnerving, malevolent intelligence. You rub your eyes. Yes, it's still there. It approaches the base. The other monsters surge forward to pound at it. Try to talk to it. You wave at it, and the creature sneers at you, and you're surprised it approaches the wall. Little weed! They address you in a halting, rasping voice. Everything seems to go quiet nearby as you strain to understand horror. Child of breeding rabbits, feral pig, Kuduzu. The unnerving human gaze pierces you. Introduced species, you understand? Introduced species. You wonder if you're hallucinating. Is it holding a gun? You slowly nod yes and understand the words at least. I am Noctilucent, a monster says through a voice box that seems better suited to guttural roars than human language. A gardener. Designation, pest control. You realize with the growing horror that the creature's hair is actually alive somehow, waving in the wind that isn't there. Their clickety-clackety bits wave and snap as at you as their minds of their own. Can't look away. Why are you trying to kill us? Who are you talking to? Nobody. Shake your head. Maybe you're just seeing things. You don't want Nemi to worry. The siege is getting to everyone, Ophelia. It's okay. Finally, after 6 days of siege, you look down the sight of the pulse rifles and see a curious thing. The monsters are retreating. As you gather with the other soldiers of the colony square, your hollow palm lights up the priority announcement from Governor Lum. The alien attackers have been defeated. The siege has ended. Another year, another win. You're welcome, be welcome, human. You're welcome. You see the chief right nearby. What did he do? Race out there like an idiot with his honor guard? Defend strategically unsound positions? Put himself in danger so we had to save his overstuffed ass? Soldiers all shift uncomfortably. No one disagrees. And when I actually need him, take his 12-hour beauty rest while the rest of us slog through the endless shifts? The soldiers are exhausted from the siege, so the crowd in the square disperses quickly. Only a few Helios remain, covertly filming Rhett while he continues Raoul gets Lum. On the horizon, the first rays of quiet streak through the sky with lavender. You watch Utopia's reclamation crew head out through the gates to begin vaporizing corpses. Molecule. In the night, you have a terrible dream. You imagine that you're seizing the colony, that you're a creature crawling on the mud on your belly, the ozone crackling of pulse rifle fire arcing overhead. With your talon claws, you rip into the wall like they were made of clay, stuff choking handfuls into your mouth. In a moment of lucidity, you try to pull the clay from your throat, but no matter how hard you pull it, it just isn't in. You jolt awake when you realize you've been pulling your own guts out of your throat. Just a dream. You're shaking and coated in a film of terror sweat, your heart pounding. Find sleep again before dawn break. Words. You're walking through the garrison when a wall of trophies catches your eye. When you take a closer look, you notice that all the awards are for various combat skill competitions. Hansen's name features regularly on them. You hear Van's heavy footsteps behind you. Heliopause Star Brawler every year since they let me start competing. Says he taps a glass. That one, I had to bet that if I won, I could give away anything on duty roster for a month for every opponent I knocked out. Here. They stopped betting against me after that. You want to hear about the first fight I ever won? Horses are arms a look. Sure. I know I don't look it, but I was a small kid, wimpy, brawny. I was always getting pushed around by the older kids. But one day, those older kids decided that if I was gonna play soldier, they were gonna haze me like one. Vance snorts. It was the 4-on-1, all of them bigger and stronger than me. They underestimated me. I don't take a lot of strength. It doesn't take a lot of strength to break man's arm. Vance continued. The look holding in your eyes. Try to like a little bitch about it too. Voice goes higher, mocking. Hoo. Slaps you on the back, and you know what? Felt great. Wow, you're so cool. Kind of weird. Vance smiles while like, hell yeah, I am. Why are we going after this asshole, kind of? I'm kind of into assholes, though. It worked, though. The kid whose arm I broke, no one gave a shit about him anymore. He dropped out of the combat program and everyone started including me in training exercises instead. And then when I hit my growth spurt, Face throws back its head and laughs. They ever eat shit. And thanks to Daddy Gene Tech, nobody doubts I'm a goddamn man anymore, if you catch my drift. Wait, Vance reaches between and grabs himself between the legs and winks at you. And thanks to Daddy Gene Tech, nobody doubts if I'm a goddamn man anymore, if you catch my drift. Hello? What am I reading? I learned his augment. I guess I learned his augment. Well endowed. I don't even know his. Oh, she's dating Vance. Oh. Oh, she's a... So what do I do about that? Fucked up, you know? Wait, break them up? Am I that kind of a person? I am. I need animals. Kill two birds with one. Something unexpected is self-defense class today. A fully grown manicore. When you shock wears off, you realize it's chained down as much as barely moved at all. Its growling and chittering may be muffled behind a muzzle, but it makes your gut go liquid in primal fear. You walk over to Nemi and Vase, who are standing safe distance away. Nemi seems leery, but Vase is enduring it with a full bravado. You're supposed to observe it and figure out its weakness. I don't know. It doesn't look so tough like an animal. A dangerous animal. Be careful if it breaks loose. Vase scoffs and reaches towards the manticore. Instead of attacking, the chained beast flinches away and gives him a high-pitched whine, trying to get away from Vase. You notice that it's bleeding from a bunch of places in its hind end, pockmarked with burns and scrapes. You never... Hmm. Eh. I'm just gonna go work out instead. No one's going to make you participate, right? Leave the dojo. You hear Vince making fun of you, calling you a squished little baby afraid of man on a chain. Your laughter following you in the dojo. You don't have to say anything. You just... Okay, well then you can fucking kill themselves. Oh, no. Not to be that serious, but you know what I mean. I'm over it. They want to be a bunch of fucking weirdos. Work somewhere. We're out of bed at noon before you're allowed to because it's your birthday. Also because you're exhausted. You barely slept all night last night and you've been having these nightmares since the siege more and more every night, like they're trying to tell you something urgent. You can't make any sense of it. All the imagery is jumbled together. All these possibilities and timelines and things that might happen. Some nights you wake up in cold sweats and scream already in your throat. You sit on the edge of your bed, run your hands through your hair, and check your hall palm. A few people wish you a happy birthday, but that's all. You guys are getting older. Birthdays aren't as important as they used to be. Right, and Mars wants to meet you for lunch in the lounge today. You have to practice your smile. You enter the lounge. Surprise! You do your very best to play along and act surprised. Woo! Streamers, balloons. Great. All your friends are standing around wearing goofy hats and clapping. Nami is holding a bunch of balloons larger than they are, and Rex is wearing a cute little waiter's outfit with a bow tie. You accept their hugs and birthday wishes, trying to hide your exhaustion and demurring with a few points of, all this for me? You shouldn't have. No, really. Rex wanders around with a tray full of little snacks, offering them to everyone with a vampy accent and a silly airhead giggle. The goofball act chips away at the natural awkwardness of the surprise party, that is, the first 5 minutes after everyone shouts surprise, and soon everyone is laughing and enjoying themselves. Despite your exhaustion, you start to smile too. Your friends are so amazing, and they're all here because they care about you. Then you get some unexpected guests. The lounge begins filled with helio kids, mostly ones you don't know, and ones who usually keep to themselves, and well, don't much like your original Stratophoric kids. Vance and Nimi are with them, his arm draped over her shoulder. Nimi gives you a little wave acknowledgement for his birthday, which earns a weird look from Vance. Okay, if you guys don't like us, y'all can fucking go. We invited you guys. It's a private party. Public lounge. We can sit wherever we want. You guys think you're just because you fell out of the sky, your wormhole gift to V? We don't need you. You never needed you. All you do is make things worse, like this party. Just a bunch of fascists. And you and Lum. Lounge erupts. They jostle him around, but Cal plants his feet and stands on the ground. You hear a bottle cracking, and someone advances on Cal. Not backing down. Stop! Voice drowns out their argument, then someone throws a punch, and it all is chaos from there. Despite Cal's bravado and brawny physique, he's no fighter. One of the helio kids shocks him in the stomach and goes down like a fellow gnarled tree. Rex throws himself between Cal and his assailants, catching a few kicks on Cal's behalf before the helios get tired and leave. A few shots of Cal allege romantic interactions with the float cow. Vance doesn't get involved, but he doesn't stop them either. He's the last to leave the lounge, staring hard at Rex before smirking and turning away. Rex helps Cal to his feet. First time, huh? Don't worry, they're probably got it out of their system. Good on you for sticking up for you. Emmy lingers at a distance, clearly angry at Cal, but feeling bad about the fight. Well, that was enough excitement, I think. Let's move on to the important part, cake and presents. Under Mars's skillful party hosting hand, the mood shifts back to the festive. You enjoy your presents and your cake, but the tension boils over like it was the bad omen for the rest of the year. Okay, so you're an asshole. Whatever. Upgrade pet cards. Relaxing in the park. What park? Go survey the plains. Over it. When you report to survey duty, Nami is here, and this is the first day as a surveyor. They smile widely when they see smiling exuberantly. Oh, the two of you know each other already? Utopia says, looking at you and Nami. That'll make this easier. Ophelia, I'd like you to keep an eye on Nami while you're out there. I'm going to assign you to the same region for the next little while. Just make sure they don't wander into a nest of snap bladders, okay? Right. Nami cheers and gives you a little high five. As Utopia explains to Nami, some other news Helio survivors about the surveying tools, Nami starts to get bored and wanders a little way group. You see it happening, but are powerless to stop them from tipping and nearly landing in the nest of Popeye eggs. They just about crash into a delicate spun glass cocoon when Utopia materializes out of nowhere and scuffs them back by the collar. Nami, pay attention. Nami giggles like they don't even realize the danger is being stamped by the upset Popeyes begi- beginning to gather around. Utopia ushers them back to the group before things can get tramply. Nami asks a million questions about eggs. Are they edible? Do they have hard shells or soft? What is the cocoon made out of? How long until it hatches? Utopia just sighs. Just get out there, you two, before the cute little vermins turn ugly. This with all these fucking. We've done these. Okay. There we go. Perception. Now let's go out here when I'm tired. Oh, what's this one? You stop to watch a herd of shaggy, purple-furred animals slowly meander down a slope. You've never seen them. Plus 3. Here we go. The creature's fur is like grass, so they must be kind of photosynthesis, an animal that gets part of their energy from the sun. They couldn't be absorbent photosynthesis bush bubs because they got branches growing out of their heads and backs. You check your survey journal and it says bush bubs are common here, but they're smaller, solitary creatures. No, and they're too small to be balinal photosynthesis. Who don't usually water. Found a new species. Maybe that'd be so cool. You decide to name them just in case. You look at them through the hollow glocular at a maximum. You can make out that they have super long jaw, like a 1-inch bite. Sunbasker. Naming things is hard, so Sunbasker will have to do. Log. You stop to admire the light glinting off the water of the shallow circular lake when you notice some strange rocks near your feet. They're pink or red, bobbing in the shallow water of the shore. The rocks are flashing golden yellow, and this one, then that one, then a pause, and then that one, then the first one again. You thought it was reflected sunlight at first, but no, the rocks themselves are glowing. Pattern. Play a memory game with them, touching the stones in the pattern they give you. Feels emotional coming from the rocks. Affection, interest, gratefulness. Somehow you understand, like they're connected. Are there creatures or rocks? Sometimes the lines between the two can be blurry on V. They can't move but learn about the world from creatures who pass by and touch them. Like the way animals rub and leave their scent, these rocks entice animals to play with them and leave information about the world. You get a sense that they're excited for an event. But what in? On the wall. Rocks on the wall again this month. Compared to the hustle and bustle of the colony down below, it's pretty boring up here. You look through some of the independent study modules and catch up on some schoolwork. Hopefully when you get to class again, you'll be a little smarter than before. And if not, at least you'll be a little less stressed. His eyes light up. Whoa, are these? Yeah. Hug you. Egg. This egg. Oh, you want to talk? Hi, Ophelia. What's going on? Oh, nothing. Just thinking about, well, I guess it's not like you can get me in trouble now, so yeah, I used to have a pet, and she was like a little pink caterpillar, and I called her Socks. She lived in a trunk up at the storage barn, nobody knew. But she didn't stay little forever. Well, she got big, like real big, and I couldn't figure out what to feed her, so she ran away. I just hope she's doing okay out there, wherever she is. Okay. The rest of the episode. Fire. Sure. Yes. Hear Nami shouting for help. Run over there. Sprint. You sprint to the sound of distress. Nami's stuck in a layer of flowers. You know the beast well. It pretends to be a giant pretty flower and swallows your whole body until it digests you. Oldest trick in the book. Help her. Easy. Carefully slice the layered flowers that are underside of the base of its flower, which you guess is its creature's neck. Up close, it actually looks more reptilian than a plant-like, just a little nick, and the creature coughs and convulses. Nami spills forth from the flood of digestive juice. Ew, 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 yuck, my outfit, stupid flower. Nami stomps and shakes her fist at the flower, which lurches away on a fat, snake-like body. Sure. There's not much to find out here, but the peaceful atmosphere is great and great for contemplation. You find a particularly beautiful little plateau where you can see the plain spread out before you like a picnic blanket, round lakes dotting the land and glimmering mirrors in the sky, discounting further ahead. I tried this last time. I'm gonna stop and meditate. You focus on the sounds around you, on your breath, on your breathing, on the feeling of your butt on the rock, and the slight cool breeze on your face. Very peaceful. You feel yourself relax as you become one with the flow. You're crossing the clear when you hear a terrible crackling, pounding sound. A bub brush brushes through the trail line, barreling towards you. Hey. Those two. Three? $60. There we go. Pretty good. Get a bravery for it. The creature ponders past you, powerful stone-like gorilla arms smashing the ground. It doesn't even seem to see you and goes around you without even looking at you. Look around, but there's no sign of past. Reduce exploration stress. Events in exploration cause plus 10 stress instead of plus 15. Nice. At the edge of the circular pond, something sparks catches your eye. Well, everything around here sparkles, but things are really catching your eye. The water is a little lake, is milky, though you can't see the bottom. It's completely still, and you're almost too still, as so perfectly circular. Remember, you've been warned about getting too close to these. Do it anyway. To compared to what if oh I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Good. 1 star. That's bravery. You aren't scared of some pond or whatever might live in it. You march up to the edge, keeping your eyes on the shiny prize, and paw around it in the snow, looking for the shiny whatever it is. It's like a pretty crystal, just sitting on the ground. Fine. Hello. You spot some familiar looking fruit. Hey, you've seen this bush before. That's no rock underneath. It's all part of one creature. And certain photosynth a bush bug. Okay. I'm gonna pick the fruit. Not letting it get away with being delicious. Try the animal. Let me see. No stars for that one. Got two animals. Do the bush bug, but it doesn't seem interested in let you have any of its fruit. Could it be the same one you harvested last time? Lumber's off. Hey, Ophelia. How do you... Hey, do you want to show... Want me to show you something? Yes. You always find the coolest stuff. You follow him for nearly half an hour. A couple times he stops to listen for something and then continues onward, tromping through the fields of the broad, of broad, broad top mush trees and swaying antlers ferns. After a while, you start to wonder if just, just lost. You're about to say something about it when he holds his hand up in silence and directs you to crawl under a huge mushroom. On the other side, you down one of the perfectly round ponds. Taking up most of it is an enormous xeno, legs underwater. It's a ball Neil. They live in the swamp. You don't usually see them here. This one seems totally at home. It dips its long neck and even longer mouth into the pond, sucking up water from the bottom and spewing it at the spout at the back of its head. It sprays beautiful turquoise water sparkling in the sun. Tiny, colorful bird-like creatures dart around it, catching the tiny fish that come out. Sit and watch quietly. You enjoy the pretty scene together. Buddy? One of your jobs as surveyor is to document the flora and fauna through photographs. You've spotted some kind of baby photosynth, all shaggy purple fur with growing out of its head and grazing up on the top of a large mushroom cap. Got a camera built into your hull palm, but it's not equipped to capture difficult shots like this. You need to put it close. Hey, star. Plus two animals. I'll should crawl up beside the subject, raising your hull palm to get the best close-up possible. Ouch, just the camera takes the photograph, subject bites you on the finger. Ugh, hope it's not venomous. On the bright side, you got the shot. A series of small circular pools chained together to form an impassable body of water. You don't see an obvious route through, though the path doesn't continue off the distance side. Look for a place. What was it? Take 20. There we go. No stars. Fantastic. Exception though. The narrow place where two pools meet that you think you can leap over. These little ponds look too small to house anything really dangerous. When you approach the water's edge. Leap of faith. You make it over a narrow gap. Nice. You feel empowered. Spark snow is driving down and visibility is poor. You can barely see your hand in front. Try to find your way. $28. Then 0, 4. +2 perception. What a perception. You keep putting one foot in front of the other, relying on the wayfaring and the fair bit of luck to make your way through, but you see something inexplicable. What the heck is that? You squint into the driving snow, but all you see is white on white on white and the slightest hint of movement. It doesn't seem to look corporeal, almost like a cloud, like the snow is coming from it. It's impossible to get closer look. Pull your collar tight against the storm and move. To go home. You almost bump into Dis. He's being so still and quiet, hunched over and looking down at a little knoll. He shushes you and points. Don't scare them. You follow his finger to see what looks like a bush shaking violently. 2 bushes, actually, at opposite ends, tearing. They're fighting over territory. They don't hurt each other. They won't. They do this by dancing. Watch. You watch the 2 creatures face off, rhythmically rustling the leaves that grow out of their heads and back. Their gangly branch-like antennas swing over their heads as they rear up on their full height. Even from far away, they look imposing. Agile, bold. One goes, then the other. They watch each other carefully, alternating trying to outdo each other. Ultimately, the smaller one, more graceful one, seems to be declared the winner. The wizard plops back down and shuffles away. Okay. That was a lot of exploring. Never actually did that much. How much we got done. All in. What does he not like? I don't know if I... have a crystal dog. Thanks. Well, I got some people to speak to. Can also have a crystal. I don't usually. Oh. I have everything I need for real. This place is great. 3 squares and all the hugs I can ever need. But I'll tell you what. My birthday is the first month of pollen. I love cake. I know how to make it. Is that what it is today? Okay. Here. Oh. Oh, good. It's one advanced loop. Well, we're gonna end this episode here, guys. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will have to see you guys in the next one. Have the most wonderful. Bye.